But we also want to talk real briefly a little bit more about last night's event, Mountain Lion Madness, because essentially what Mountain Lion Madness is and was a way to introduce the UCCS basketball teams to the Mountain Lion faithful, to the UCCS student body, which we definitely did last night. It was a whole lot of fun. Great prizes were won. Great times were had by all. We got a quick clip from last night. It's your UCCS men's basketball team having a little bit of fun during their introductions. There they are, a bunch of clowns. Those guys just having a great time, but so much personality on the men's basketball team. That was a lot of fun to watch, to witness. They had some dances going on. So as they're giving us their very best, we're going to preview real quickly some of the important games on their schedule. They're going to open up the schedule or the season on 11/11. So make a wish that we win that one against Texas Permian Basin. They're in Texas. They'll be at CSU Pueblo on November 18th, so the following week. And then the home opener, fellas, it seems like it's a long time away, but it is just a few weeks down the road on the schedule on November 28th, right behind us in the Gallagly Event Center. It's going to be a great local game as we host Colorado College. Right down the road from UCCS. I'm so used to CC being Colorado Christian, but Colorado College comes into the Gallagly Event Center there on November 28th. So that's going to be a great game at 7:30. Can't wait for that one. A couple other notable games. Hosting MSU Denver. We know the recent rivalry that we've had with the Roadrunners. That's who we beat to win the conference championship a couple years ago at their home. So great rivalry brewing there. That's going to be when we come back from winter break on January 24th. And then another notable stretch there, they're going to have a 5-game homestand starting on December 16th as we begin winter break. And the first game there is going to be against CC, the other one, Colorado Christian. So real quick, Charlie, you're going to be calling some of those games, or most of those games, if not all the games. What's your thought on the men's basketball team as a whole? Maybe talk about last night, them being introduced, whatever you want to go.
Well, with last night, we got to see more of the players that, a couple players that the crowd really doesn't know. And those are the transfers, the freshmen, and just talking a little bit about the dunk contest. You had 3 of those players who haven't seen a Mountain Lion game yet. You had Justin Smith, Will Ross, and Padilla, last name, Wang, and all 3 of them could throw down some dunks, but with that, Justin Smith ended up winning, and I think a lot of people are counting out the Mountain Lions this season, losing our 3 top scorers, but I believe Justin Smith, this transfer, he's going to have a bright future as a Mountain Lion. So definitely got to see a lot of athleticism from that dunk contest.
Spencer, let me run through real quickly the women's schedule, a couple notable names, and then I want to get your thoughts real quick before we end our broadcast as well. But they'll open the season also on 11/11. Another wish to get that win as they will play Newman in Wichita, Kansas. The women's team will participate in the CSU Pueblo Thanksgiving Classic a couple days after Thanksgiving, the day after. And then conference and home opener on December 2nd against Black Hills State. Also with a 5-game homestand in the midst of all that. What was your take on last night's event or the women's basketball scene as a whole?
I think just having all the teams there at that time, it was just a time for them to have fun right now before the season gets heavy. Once the season starts, it's all work. It's their job to go out there and win games. But you know what? I think this season is going to be awesome, especially for the women's. We only lost 2 seniors last year. We have the RMAC Player of the Year. We have some seniors stepping up this year that are going to make some noise. So I'm actually really excited for the women's team as well as the men's team. We have some great players that are going to step up. So I'm just ready for basketball season to get started. We're ready. We kind of are going to be following up here, seeing a lot of our teams from the fall, trying to advance in the playoffs, and they'll overlap a little bit. Probably, but still, I'm excited for a good basketball season coming up too.
That's right. Crossover season is right around the corner. It's one of the most exciting and busy times of the entire year, but can't wait for it to happen.